Alright, you guys, it's been 10 episodes since All Hail the Dwarf Lord, and I am thrilled to be able to bring this idea to you. I haven't been this excited on an idea I've had in Minecraft since episode 40 when I told you guys how you could play battleships in Minecraft, or episode 41 when I talked about dice. Now, some of you guys may have noticed by watching some of my videos on the server that I have this little thing right here. By the way, we're at the Nether hub in case you are unaware. But I got this system here where I've got these signs, and they're going in reverse alphabetical order towards the left. And some players came and just added their names because they didn't realize what this was when we had some new players come on. But this was going to be a automatic track, like you'd select your track and it would automatically take you there. It was going to utilize some really incredibly advanced and overly complicated redstone designs just to do something that's honestly the only purpose is to stop you from having to go through certain junctions, such as this one. And by the way, there's some glitches in this update with minecarts, but just bear with me. So it would just stop you from having to stop at certain junctions like this one that takes you to NAC 303's base, which is also the same portal that will take you to the end portal. Now, because of this system, and you know, actually I'm going to go ahead and speed things up for you by giving myself a speed boost of 25 for 25 seconds. See if we can beat that minecart easily. The way things would have worked is if we had gone all the way, we would have ended up, and let me go ahead and do this again at 1 and 1 second. Maybe I can slow it down. Whatever. Anyway, so as you can see here, when that cart gets here, you'd have the option of clicking this button or this button. Now, clicking the left button will let you go straight, and clicking the right button will change this track here for a brief amount of time, letting you go this way. Now, I set up the timing in a way where it's very accurate, but only if the cart is sitting right here. Let me go ahead and switch into creative mode and get this demonstration going. So if the cart is sitting right here, you should be able to hit this button and go to the right. But as you can see, and I'm pretty darn sure I saw that thing facing the right direction, but we didn't go the correct way. Now, if you're going this way, and I tested this earlier and it worked perfectly, and then I tested it again and it didn't work at all. Yep, I don't know what's going on. I think it's a glitch to do with the minecarts in this version right now. But that would have taken you this way. But as you can see, it doesn't always work. It doesn't always get you exactly what you need. Well, guys, I am incredibly excited to show you what I've got in store today. So just want to refresh your memory real quick. We came from the Nether hub. We're going to skip that other junction that was there to NAC 303's base. But we came from there, and we have the opportunity to make a right towards Pecos's base, a left towards the iron farm, or continue straight towards my base. So this would take you to, obviously we're basically already there, at Seiferus' nether base. Now, I haven't implemented it yet, but in the future I plan on also having a branch go in this direction from here toward Taco's base. So I'm going to go ahead and pop onto a single player world, and I'm really excited to show you what I've got in store. Alright, so the first thing I want to point out is that there's no redstone underneath here. This is very, very, very compact. In fact, as you can see, I've got it set up where it would work just the way it would at the Nether hub, the way I had that thing set up. Now, I am absolutely in love with this design. It's so ingenious, in my opinion. I haven't seen anybody else utilize this kind of design yet, but I'm hoping I'm the first to do this. And I want to state real quick, this does use command blocks. This is my original concept over here of what I was trying to do. It does use command blocks, so you'd have to be willing to use that in your world. But what it does is absolutely incredible. Map makers are going to really love this. Basically, anybody who's willing to use command blocks is going to love this. Now, here's the catch. It uses the scoreboard system, and I will be the first to admit I have never touched the scoreboard system until today. So I'm going to show you my first design right here. You click this and it starts your setup, and you can see it has destination, my player name, destination 1. Now here's the destinations. 1 is Seiferus, 2 is Iron Farm, 3 is Pecos, and 4 is Taco. So this simulates the Nether hub. As you can see, that will be that other selector grid. Now, if I was going to Seiferus, as you can see, I'm going to click here, and you can see these junctions, and you can notice that they don't change. And we're just going to go straight to Seiferus. Now, watch what happens when I get there. Boom. Now my score system's gone. It's no longer a distraction in the game, but it was nice while it lasted to let me know. Now, I think it's possible you could also set this up using teams, and there might even be a way to set it up where it doesn't show the demonstration. Perhaps if you set it up to put it in your, like the player list when you're looking at who's on the multiplayer server, that could help kind of hide it so you don't have to look at it all the time. But this system over here, and I'm going to go ahead and press this again just to get it showing. Now, first of all, this was the original selection system. And now this is great because it's just a simple add and subtract. And you can look over here to get an idea of where you want to go. But the problem here is that you can go beyond that range, which it's not that big of a deal. It'll just take you to my base. No big deal. But if you were to get way out of the range, like if you were to get to level 900, that could get really annoying to try to push it down. You'd have to actually go someplace to reset it and all that. But so let's look at going to the iron farm. So we're going to go down to 2. Now watch this. This is incredibly compact. I'm so in love with this design. And obviously on this one here, you see that change? Now obviously here, I should clarify that I'm only using a 1 directional rail. So on the server, of course, I would have 2 rails set up because that's the way I roll. No pun intended. But for this design, we've got 1 system. Now I want you to check this out. Look at this. It's still facing that direction. Now, I was mentioning before that the way I had originally set things up, you had to have your rail, your minecart sitting on that angle in order for it to work. And as I tried to show you, it didn't even work, probably due to a glitch in the snapshot. But and by the way, we're in 1.6.2. But beyond that, the real problem I believe I was having is that it's just unreliable. Well, look at this. This one has stayed in this position because it activates the test for, which says test for at P. Obviously, that's the nearest player, so the person riding in the minecart. Score, and then I set up my dummy to be called destination. And now destination here is set to score underscore destination equals 2. That means that it's going to look for players who have their score at a level of at least 2. So up to 2, basically. Not at least 2, up to 2. Now what I've got here, so that it doesn't take my Seiferus one, because this would give you 1 or 2, would take you to the iron farm, which as I stated again is over here. You can see it's labeled 2. Now, but what we've also got here is score underscore destination. Again, that's my dummy objective. Score underscore destination underscore min equals 2. That means that the bare minimum it can access is 2. So that has narrowed this down from every number that we could have used to just the number 2. Meaning that in order to go to the iron farm, which is your destination, you have to be at number 2. Now, by the way, just so you guys know, to get this out of the way, what these do is they reset the scoreboard so you don't have to look at it anymore. So the number 2 here, or let's skip the number 2. We already don't talk about that. Now, this is what I love about this design. This is one single command block, but it actually works on both numbers 3 and number 4. Now, since 3 and 4 are both in this direction, what this does is it says test for at P, obviously, again, that's target the nearest player, score underscore destination equals 4. Now, it's going to look for numbers up to the number 4. So we set the minimum to 3, and it's going to look at numbers 3 and 4. So if I am at number 3 and I place a minecart here, it's going to change that for me. Now, if I set this to 4, watch what happens when I go through here. I'm going to ride through here, and this one's going to activate, but it's not going to change this one, so it's going to send me to number 4, which is taco. Now, the way this works is in this particular junction, this is the default. So I have this one searching for destination 3 with a minimum of 3. So if I was instead trying to go to Pecos, I would set this to 3, hop back in, and now it's going to change for me, and I'm on my way to Pecos. I gotta tell you guys, I love this design. Now, here's the new setup. And I'm just going to press this button so you can see it. Actually, I don't think I need to, come to think of it. If I press any one of these, it's going to automatically set you to the correct destination. Now, check this out. Completely tileable. I love this design. What it does is it sets your objective score to the number you have set here. So 1, 2. Now, what's great about this? I can put this stuff in any order I want. So all I have to do is add the next player to the server by putting them here or rearranging the alphabeticalness, which I think would be the best way to do it so it's easier to find. But the great thing about this is that I could have an array of them where I've got more than one level. So I could have more names up here because, as I stated, it's completely tileable. And that's so fantastic. Now, what we've got going on here, this sort of setup here, is that as I showed you before, it's changing the numbers, and you can there's probably a way to make it so it doesn't show up in here. Like I said, you could probably set it so that it would show the number underneath the player's name when you're looking in. Of course, you don't see my name here, but it would show it underneath my name, and you could also set it so it would show it on the list of players on the server. So again, we're going to the iron farm, and I don't know, what more can I say? This is such an incredible design, and oh my goodness, look at how compact it is. It's incredible. Anyway, so like I was saying before, this is numbers 3 and 4. Now let's say that I had 10. Let's say that I had 10 destinations that branched off left and right here, and they started at 3. You'd want to go. You'd want to search for up to 10. I'm sorry, up to 13 with a minimum of 3. And that way, what you're basically doing is you're narrowing it down at each junction to where you want to go. So guys, that's it. I'm going to be definitely using this on the server because on the 3rd Echelon server, we are more about enjoying Minecraft instead of being bound to sticking with vanilla. And I gotta tell you, this is going to make me really enjoy the game to have this stuff set up completely automatic. Literally every player who's joining can literally just look here and say, oh, I want to go to the gold farm, I want to go to the iron farm, I want to go to this or that, and they can get there, no troubles at all. Once they get there, like if you're going to my base, I would have a different array there. You could say, I want to go back home, and then bam, it'll take you straight there. So I'm very excited about implementing this. And again, this is a proof of concept. I am not a redstone genius. I know it pretty good, but I'm not. God, I'm not even a grammar genius. Listen to the way I talk. But I'm not a professional the way that some of you guys are. And I definitely don't know a whole lot about the scoreboard system. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys come up with some things, some better ways to implement this. And I really would enjoy reading your comments and seeing some video responses. So this has been Seiferus representing the 3rd Echelon server. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time.